Hey there guys, this is Reckles with 8.2 and because the title of this video is maybe a little clickbaity, I wanted to over-deliver. I actually went on the PTR and scrapped 1,600 bracers. Okay, so what's going on here? I heard in Twitch chat someone say that the Expulsom drop rate was nerfed for crafted greens specifically. And so I went on the PTR and tested it. Made 100 tailoring Tide Spray linen bracers on live, copied my character over to the PTR, and just scrapped away. The problem was I got 10. The expected value for scrapping 100 greens is 16 or 17 Expulsom, but like it varies. RNG exists, and so getting 10 was low, but not unheard of. So I did it again. I copied my character over 2 more times, did it, scrapped 300 items, and we were still low, but not unheard of. So I just went ham, scrapped away for about 2.5 hours, and in total I got 229 Expulsom, 2,389 Tide Spray linen back, and 2,367 nylon thread. So, what does that mean? Oh no, what's that sound? Binomial attack! Ah! Okay, so, the expected value of a binomial is the number of attempts times the probability. We know the number of attempts, this is 1,600. We know the probability, we've scrapped hundreds of thousands of things. It is 0.166, repeating of course, 1 in 6. So this gives us an expected value, what we should have gotten. We should have gotten 257 Expulsom. Now, we're not always going to get 257 Expulsom because RNG exists. So we need to take the standard deviation, and for a binomial, that's the number of attempts times the probability times 1 minus the probability. So this is, we know in P, this is 257 times 1 minus this, so 0.833, and blah, 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 you don't care, this is 15. So, how do we use that? We should have gotten 257. Plus or minus 1 standard deviation, plus or minus 15, that'll give us 2/3 of the potential scrappings of 1,600 things would lie in here. But if we do plus or minus 2 standard deviations, that sucked. But if we do plus or minus 2 standard deviations, then that'll give us 95%, which will let us be reasonably comfortable knowing whether or not we got nerfed. And so this is 287 and 237, but we got 229, so we got nerfed. Okay, so all the numbers together, essentially, we're outside of 2 standard deviations, so in all likelihood, there was a nerf. I know a lot of you may not like numbers and may hate statistics, anything that has to do with math, but this is what you have to do if you want to say something was nerfed. Anytime you don't do this, you can't say it. So TLDR, we probably went from a 1 in 6 drop rate for Expulsom to a 1 in 7 drop rate for Expulsom. Maybe just with crafted greens, maybe with everything, I don't know. But there's something that I'm really confused about with this, and I'll let Ian take it away.
This effort, this content update has really been a labor of love for the entire World of Warcraft team, and we can't wait to see all of you in it. We can't wait to see you in Nazjatar and Mechagon and everywhere else. We want to strike a balance between keeping content relevant, where there's a desire on the part of players to keep doing that content, like PvP or dungeons, but then also making sure that we're not artificially extending the lifetime of content with rewards after the time that players have largely gotten tired of it and want to move on. And so when it comes to the outdoor world, at this point, you spent quite a number of months doing the content in Galtiris and Zandalar. Let's leave assaults behind, let's leave those world bosses behind, and seek out greater challenges and greater rewards in Nazjatar and Mechagon.
So I absolutely love this video. Go watch it. I'll put a link down in the comments or description. But I love getting an insight into why they make the changes that they do. And he goes both broad and very, very narrow. It's great. Go check it out. But it's pretty clear what he's saying. He wants us to go out and experience these new zones. He realizes the game's been out for a while. Let's go see Nazjatar and Mechagon, then see how the story is progressing. Then why are they telling us to spend more time at the scrapper? And beyond that, I think they just don't. I don't think the devs realize how much of a time sink and how nonsense the Expulsom mechanic is. And I'm gonna try to get not too salty here, but bear with me. For an average high pop server, casually reposting, you can sell about 30 Expulsom worth of PvP gear per day. But that's per profession. So if you have a blacksmith leatherworker, you need 60 Expulsom a day. In my test, I sat at the scrapper for 2 hours non-stop. And because I was just copying my character over, I didn't actually have to make those bracers. I was just duplicating them. So if I actually made the bracers, that would have been an additional 2 hours. If I had farmed up the 16,000 cloth required to make that, that would have been an additional 16 hours at the best tailoring farm out there. And 200 Expulsom at 60 Expulsom a day will last you about 3 days. So Blizzard wants us to go out and experience these amazing, beautiful new zones. And they are amazing. But they're also saying, but first you have to spend 7 hours a day for one toon just on Expulsom. That's not including the Storm Silver ore you need, and the Osmanite farming, and the Crag Scale, and the Mist Scale farming you need to do for that same toon. So just to put this into perspective, the PvP blues of Mist of Pandaria required 10 Ghost Iron ore. That's it. Just for fun, I went out and start to finish made one, farmed up the Ghost Iron ore, smelted it, mailed it over, crafted it, and it took a total of about 4 minutes, a little bit over. And I even had to clear out some room in my bags. And then I went out and farmed up enough Deep Sea Satin to make one Sinister Combatants gear on live, and it took 45 minutes. And so, just to be clear, the reason why I'm so confused, they're saying that 45 minutes, that's not enough time. You need to spend more time at the scrapper, not out experiencing the new zone, despite the fact that there's bind-on pickup reagents in the new feasts. Here's where I'll end on this. I challenge any of the developers out there to go out and farm 2 or 3 days worth of Expulsom. Farm up your Tide Spray linen, make the bracers, scrap them, and record a video of it. Like just do a screen cap, upload it. You can upload it unlisted, leave it as a comment here. I'll make sure it gets through the spam filter. But you're probably not gonna do that because it takes too much time. Maybe you're busy. Guess what? My subscribers are busy too. We want to go out and play your game, and you're not letting us. Let us play your game, Blizzard. So, what would help here if, 1, they didn't do this nerf. 2, if they made Expulsom BOE, then it wouldn't be an intermediate reagent. It would be something you could just buy off the auction house. It would be a final product that people, if people see variation in the price, get some cheap cloth or whatever, they could just be Expulsom farmers. And then you have people intentionally going out just to make Expulsom. That'd work. My preferred method would be replace the scrapper with the cute little pug that you can sit down and you can just slash pet. That's probably not going to happen. So how do you go about getting Expulsom? There are really only 2 ways. You need either a tailor or a Skinner and Leatherworker combo. So if you have a tailor, you need tools of the trade because you get about 3 times as much Deep Sea Satin and about twice as much Tide Spray linen from there. And go out to the Hook Point farm in Borealis. Just search in the group finder for Hook Point. 2x4, and you'll get a whole bunch of cloth. Alternatively, you can go out to any of the mount farms out there. Stormsong Mount, Vol'dun Mount, any of the big farms out there. They're usually done in 2x4 fashion. Other than that, you can just farm up some cloth. There's the Quill Rat farm. You can run a Tall Dazar and just kill the little baby dragons. I have videos to both of those that I'll link right over here. Once you farm up those raw mats, you make the 225 eye level bracers, and you just scrap them. The blues and the greens scrap down for the same amount, and you get about 1 in 6, or now you get 1 Expulsom for every 7 bracers. So that's it. I hope this video wasn't like too toxic. I really, really love 8.2. I know my character is getting deleted, but I log into the PTR anyway because it's so much fun. This new patch is everything I want WoW to be. It's beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope they fix Expulsom so you have time to enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody. Good luck, and happy gold making.